Alrighty, hey there guys, Aiden Picasso here, aka JetEver95, coming at you guys with another video. And in this video is going to be me talking about the EA Access 10-hour trial and things about the game I would like to see fixed and improved and all that stuff. Now, before we get into this video, I am not going to sit here and bomb this game and say it's trash and it's worthless and you should not buy this game and yada-da-da-da-da. You know, typical dumbass behavior that a lot of fucking morons just love to spew every fucking year when a game comes out, especially sports games. You know, I see it all the time in the 2K community, and I see it now in the Madden community. You have to understand a couple of things, guys. One, this game is probably, if not, is the game that we were playing in the beta when it was the beta. Now, is that fair? No, that's just how it happens to be. But in the same token, guys, it's not like this game is fully done yet. Obviously, there's still a few days before the pre-order game comes out, and then the game fully launches next week. So it is what it is with that. And number two, people need to stop acting like the way this game is right now is going to be that way for the entire year. Like there's not going to be any changes or adjustments to anything when it comes to this game. So like I don't understand why people act like that. But whatever. It is what it is. So first thing I would like to touch on that I would like to see addressed is deep zones, and more specifically the cover 2 the deep halves. Now, deep zones, they did mention this in the EA demo that the deep zones in Madden 22 in the Madden 22 beta were going to be were bugged because they couldn't fucking get them to work, which I don't understand how that is. But anyhow, so they said that it was going to be bugged and they weren't going to be very optimized. Yes, that is, and it was fine in the beta. But now that we had the EA Access trial, they're still not addressed. And it is going to be very frustrating to play, especially online, when you're playing, you know, people, because all they're going to do is just bomb cover 2 and even cover 4 zones and get one-play touchdowns literally every drive. Like, I've seen, like, I watched Throne's video from him playing regs with the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of nights ago, or last night, actually, and the dude had, like, 348 yards and 7 touchdown passes with Patrick Mahomes, because the deep halves in that game just did not did not do their job. Like, it's so dumb. Like, why are deep zones broken? Please address that. I think that's priority numero uno going into this game, and hopefully that is the first thing that is addressed in the full launch, because yeah, safeties not playing their zones, especially the deep half zones. Yeah, that's going to ruin the game because everyone's just going to keep getting one-play touchdowns and whatever, la-di-da-di-da. The second thing I want to talk about that I found really annoying was the amount of broken tackles. Even on current gen, I saw a lot of broken tackles in this game, and it just was really, really off to me. You know, even quarterbacks, when I was playing earlier, trying to grind out solo challenges, I was scrambling with Russell Wilson, you know, because that's what I like to do sometimes. And I broke like 5 tackles on the way down the field with Wilson. How is that even possible that a quarterback is breaking 5 tackles on his way down? Like, if he's out running and out juking them, okay, fine. That is what it is. But, like, really? That is the situation. Like, I don't get it. I think it's dumb. I hope broken tackles are addressed. They're just not good. They're just bad. They're just really, really bad. The third thing I want to touch on, guys, and this is more specifically for next gen, is just up the movement just a little bit, especially on usering people. Now I know people are gonna try and write off the next gen movement because, you know, it's not what it is on current gen. And to those people, I say you have to adjust to it. Speaking as somebody who has played who played next gen Madden 21 for the entire year when it was out, and then going into this game, I can tell you from experience that this movement system, you would prefer this movement system consistently over the Madden 21. I know that's not really much of a bar to clear, because that movement, even I will admit, was not very fun and responsive at times. But even then, it was an adjustment. It's just something you have to adjust to, and it's something you just gotta get used to, right? But in the same token, you know, I can understand why people are frustrated, especially with usering, because it's very hard to move with your user back and forth. But in the same token, when it comes to like players in this game, especially in MUT, you know, we're dealing with cards with speeds of like 80s and the change of directions of like the mid 80s. Like, we don't have cards with like 99 change of direction and 99 speed right now. Like, so I think it's just going to take a little bit of time to change. Because even in regs, like, the speed difference in regs is very noticeable, right? Like, even guys like, for example, guys like Tyreek Hill are really fast down the field because that is just how it is, even on next-gen games. So I do think that it is just something that people need to get used to and something that needs to take more time for people to adjust to. But I think with usering specifically, it does need to be bumped up a little bit, especially on the change of directions. Not too much, so that way everyone can change directions to where they can cover an in route and then jump right down to a flat route, because that's just fucking dumb as hell. But yeah, like moving side to side a little bit, you know, the agility, like I talked about last year, going into this year, I think it is something that does need to be addressed a little bit. The next thing I want to touch upon that I really found really annoying in this game is wide receiver drops. They drop so many balls, giggity. They drop so many catches, and it's not even like they're contested. We're talking about open catches, and a guy is breathing on them, and then they just drop the ball. I touched on this way back in the beta video, that they were a problem for me, and again, this makes me believe that we were playing the beta version of Madden 22. We don't have the full game, and we don't have the day one patch in this game yet. Then again, it's probably pretty obvious for anybody who's a seasoned veteran. But you know, that just makes me think that we're not playing the fully released game. We're playing the beta version again. So it makes sense. That would make sense to me. But wide receiver drops were just so infuriating that it honestly just made me want to throw a controller, because I got so sick and tired of seeing guys like, say, DK Metcalf drop passes like crazy. I understand DK Metcalf has, especially in MUT, has like a 75 catching, but if it's a wide open, like we're talking wide ass open receiver with a guy closing in and he just drops it, like yeah, no, like that was really annoying. And then the last thing I want to touch on that I noticed was a problem in this game was, you know, tackling, and more specific, not in relation to broken tackles like I talked about earlier, but like just tackling in general just feels off. It doesn't feel like it was in the beta. You know, I saw some people like glitching through players. I saw tackles like, you know, just looking and just feeling off. I don't know. Maybe it's just something I have to get used to as well, like I did with the movement from Madden 21. But it just feels off, the tackling. It doesn't feel like what it was in the beta. And, you know, maybe it is just me, but I do feel like it just feels weird. But that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Do keep in mind that, again, one last reminder, this is not me bashing the game. This is not me calling it trash, because personally, I want this game to succeed. Anybody who plays this game or plays any game that is a consistent, loyal fan to a franchise, you want the game to succeed. You want the game to be as good as it possibly can. You don't want to be playing on its downfall. So I don't understand. So again, I'm just talking about this in a constructive way to give my advice to EA on what they should do to fix their game. So that way it can be a better game. It can be a better game, and it can be a more enjoyable game in the future. Anyways, guys, like I said, that's going to be the end of the video. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.